Hey, what's up everybody? It's Jermaine Morgan and you're watching Jermaine Morgan TV. Today I have Mr. Larry Wood, we call him Woodruff, on drums today, and we're going to talk about being different. Y'all stay tuned. So, dude, we got you in here today, and for the people who watching, let me go ahead and apologize, because this dude, anybody that know us too, when we get together, is bound to be banana. So I apologize in advance if you get lost anywhere during this interview, because this dude crazy. So,
you
dude,
crazy too.
So what's going on, man? We finally got you in here. I know you for the people that don't know, me and this guy, we worked together for years. What was it? Probably 6 years.
Something like that, yeah.
Playing every week together. We played at the same ministry or whatever for 6 years. So it's never a dull moment. This is like, I talked about on a couple of the other videos about having people that you had an instant connection with. Well, I found out that this dude had a real country crazy side, just like me, when we connected. So it was ongoing laughs every single week. So again, it's great to have him here. So, dude, I know you've had tons of other things happening since the last situation that we played together. I know you've been in several bands, kind of doing something different. That really, the title of this particular today's session is this guy here is that dude they call the rock drummer, the black rock dude in Atlanta. So, what are you doing on that scene, and how did that even come about for you?
I mean, the persistence and I guess staying true to who I am, you know, knowing that, you know, my style is different.
Yeah.
You know, than most black guys that play in churches, of course. You know what I mean? If you want to call it that. And, you know, being able to rock out with a couple of awesome bands, you know, here in the Atlanta area and beyond. I've been sticking with that and doing that, been able to branch out a little bit more, playing with some, you know, pretty big acts and pretty nice stages. My current band right now, Almost Kings, check them out at Almost Kings on Instagram. I just plugged. That's all right. That's cool.
Yeah, you cool.
Right, yeah, so I'm plugging. All right. So yeah, you know, we playing pretty much southeast type situation. You know, we branch out a little bit more, Midwest here and there. You know, still working them day jobs, so we can't go too far. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing right now, man. And you know, other little gigs around town when I can. But for the most part, I'm staying busy with my AK boys.
One of the things you said, still doing the day job thing. Now, you got some people, and that's a good point, because everybody is trying to do music full time,
Yep.
you know, period. And I know when I met you, that's what you were doing pretty much from the age of what, 21 or what, 18?
And I started at, you know, where we were when I was 17.
17, so 17, you had done
yeah.
music full time, and so basically getting the day job was later.
Exactly. Yep.
Opposite of how most
Yep.
people started. But the cool thing about that, because you and I both, you know, we were really close, and I know you a family dude,
Mm-hmm.
so a lot of the stuff you're doing, you're choosing to be home
Absolutely.
for the sake of your boys.
Absolutely.
And then I guess working a 9 to 5 kind of gives you the freedom to be able to see your boys when you want to. I guess kind of for the up and coming musicians, and for the ones that are already out there that's trying to get out there, how do you balance being a family man and even doing the slight, you know, weekend touring type situation that you're doing? How do you balance that?
Man, well, first and foremost, you know, contrary to popular belief, you know, I still got God, you know, on my side, number one. You know, and it's like, without Him and without that spiritual grounding, everything that I got going on would seem more chaotic than it actually is. And so having that base and that foundation, you know, my mother, my father, you know, instilled in me, you know, as far as working, doing the best that I can in every single aspect, and just balancing life. You know, you just do what you have to do.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a dog eat dog world, you know, and man don't work, you don't eat. Those types of things, that's true. And you have to really, you know, put your best foot forward. You can't really expect anything to be given to you, because it's not just going to be given to you. You actually have to work and work and work, you know, and have a good heart and good spirit about yourself when you're going out into the world, you know, branching out. You know, some of you may be, you know, primarily church musicians, but, you know, being able to branch out, you know, still having that grounded foundation is uberly important to create balance in your life. You know, and being, you know, a father. My kids don't live with me, but I'm still in their lives. I'm still their father, and I do everything that I can to make sure that, yes, I can be home as much as possible. Sometimes I'm not able to, you know, but making sure that the priorities are in line is the key to it all. And just continuously pursuing that passion. The passion is there. You know, I'm going to always be doing music, and I'm going to always pursue, you know, the ultimate, you know, ultimately, which, you know, I always say is not necessarily the rags and the riches, but just being completely free to be able to do what I love, you know, and what I'm passionate about, and that's being behind this drum kit, you know, playing with folks like yourself and JJ, you know what I mean, being connected with brothers and stuff like that, man, don't be giving that, you killing, you know, yeah, you know, so being connected with people like that, man, and, you know, my bros and my band and stuff like that, you know, it's just, it's a totally, it's hard to explain to people a lot of times, because people that are outside, they don't understand it, they don't get it, but once you're in it, it's an undying passion, undying love, and you do whatever it takes at all costs.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I notice how some people don't know that's watching because they might not know who you are from Adam. And some of these people might actually live in Atlanta. You are also a physical trainer here, a personal trainer, sorry, here in Atlanta as well. And you're doing that on top of the band. So you've been a hustler, but basically since I met you.
I'm part Jamaican, I guess. Man. You know, got 4-5 jobs, man. You know,
so. Also
bouncer at a club in Atlanta as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I'm training. I mean, I got to be, you know. But yeah, man, you know, so you do what you got to do, man. You know, you do what you got. Any opportunity, I say any opportunity to make a little change, a little extra cheddar, and to advance myself in whatever area. You know, I was always taught multiple streams.
Yeah.
You know, that's important. You know, don't just completely rely on one thing. You know, and I've been blessed, you know, to be good at a couple different things. You know, so I take that and I run with it and I make it, you know, make it a part of my life. And that balance that I talked about, you know, a little bit earlier. So, but yeah, man, personal training, bouncing. You know, I even park a car every now and then.
Listen,
you give me a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, and a Mitsubishi, I'm gonna park it sideways. That's how you do when you valet. There's one car like this, one car like that. Hey, but it's honest work, man. It's honest work. You know, it's hustling.
It's hustling.
It's hustling. And you just have, you know, and in order to do music, sometimes it takes that because music can sometimes pull us away from what's making the money that's paying the bills. And you get there sometimes, but you have to sacrifice some stuff. So it's like you got to work extra hard on this end so that you can go out and do those gigs and stuff like that that you may or may not make, you know, what you want or what you expect. Sometimes, yes, unfortunately, it's about exposure. But you keep getting exposed, more people know about you, venues and artists, you know, who you may be playing with are more likely to come out of pocket a little bit more. You know, say, hey, your time is very valuable here. Because, you know, I always tell people, I play for free. I'm going to play the drums for free the rest of my life. It's the time that...
you paying me for my time.
You pay me for my time, you know. You pay me to learn your material, things of that nature. You know, but yeah, man, you just got to hunker down and just do what you got to do. You know, keep the bills paid, keep the family happy, keep the kids eating, you know, keep yourself eating, keep yourself in good shape as much as you can, work out, exercise, drink your water. You know, all the good stuff, you know, being able to do all of this more freely.
Absolutely, absolutely. And with it, I think that's a good topic because up until this point, I don't think we've really had anybody on the show. I know
because I'm different.
Yeah,
you know, I'm different.
Exactly. It's a different episode. But I think the good thing about it is you're being real and you're letting people know that the whole musician game ain't always glamorous.
Not at all.
As people try to make it seem, because a lot of musicians try to go around with this famous...
Man, sit y'all down.
You know, try to walk around with this famous persona, and half of them, you know, not making a car payment on time, or different things like that. And
we all dealing with that.
You know what I'm
just
saying?
Like I got my cool glasses on, you know, we look the part. It's almost a persona of who we are. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we still real people, and we still have real obligations. We have real things going on in our lives, you know, and don't ever let nobody tell you they ain't got that going on. You know, just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
Yeah, even if it's not financial, somebody has some issues. Some people, it might be an imbalance of family, that kind of situation, or some people might be mentally unstable.
Bro, absolutely.
And you know, they come blaze the gig, they get paid the money, but they go home and they can't stand themselves.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's in each regard, there's something that's always happening that a person has going on. You might not see that on a camera, you might not see that on a picture on their IG feed or Snapchat. You might not see that because everybody's so busy showing the glitz and the glamour. But my thing is, I say all the time, I always want to empower people when I talk to you. I want to add value to you and let you know, man, it's real out here. There are people who are just say, even though Atlanta is a really music-driven city and it's really turning into like a little LA now with everything, the movies and everything coming here. But even in that, there's a lot of musicians who are struggling here, that are not working, and they're doing other things. But I think the cool thing is, even some of them that's not struggling, they just choose to work a 9 to 5. I know a very prominent bass player. He doesn't live here, but I have a relationship with him. Somebody I've admired for years. I talked to him recently, and he was like, "Man, I just picked up a 9 to 5 because I wanted a breath from doing music all the time." He wanted something. He wanted to change the scenery because this guy's been playing for like 30 plus years, just professionally, and he wanted to change the scenery. He wanted something different, so he picked up a 9 to 5 just to kind of change the scenery. And I think that's admirable, as well as you being able to not be so prideful, to do something else, like you said. If you're in a situation where you need to get over a hump, man, drop the pride and do what you got to do. Some people will sit at home and starve because they got too much pride to go and work at a restaurant, or go do this, or go do that.
Give me an apron, bro. Give me an apron and a tray. I will serve biscuits and honey, whatever I need to do. And I think a lot of that comes from having, when you got kids.
That's what I was just going to say. Yeah. I was going to ask you that. Do you think your boys played a role in you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In everybody's situations, me and their mother, we're not together and whatnot. So it's like, me not physically being there all the time, there's an extra burden, or I don't say burden because it's not a burden. I consider it an honor and a joy to be chosen as their father.
Yeah.
So it's like there's an extra drive, that I have to do what I need to do to make sure I'm good.
Yeah.
Because I got to be good for them. They're still young. They want their father around, for as long as possible.
Yeah.
And I have to make sure of that too. You know what I mean? Because all they know, they look at me as their hero.
Yeah.
That's my daddy. That's my hero. He can't do no wrong.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure that everything I do, that's in my head. That's in the forefront of my head at all times.
Yeah.
So that's that extra drive.
Yeah, and I think for the younger musicians out there, when you don't have, not saying there is anything wrong with that, but when you're young and you got the opportunity to get it in, be smart. If I could say anything, because I got a lot of younger friends that are doing some major things right now, and if I could say that to any of you young musicians, you're already good, people are already finding out about you. Be smart. Use wisdom. Exercise wisdom. If you happen to get on a tour and you're 19, 20 years old, don't spend all your money. Save your money.
Eat McDonald's a couple times.
You know what I'm saying? And even beyond saving money. Now, this is something that we wasn't really taught a lot growing up. We were taught to save our money, but beyond that, learn something about investing. Pick up a book, start reading. That downtime you got, you on a plane, you on a bus, or just goofing off at home. Turn the PlayStation, the Xbox, or whatever. Turn that stuff off and pick up a book and actually start studying something. Start making yourself wiser. Get financial literacy, a word that a lot of musicians don't know anything about. Financial literacy. Learn something about your money, how to make your money make you money. So, you have that backing, and then once you're older, you're not trying to figure out what you're going to do. Right. No shade to anybody that's, an older musician and still out there trying to grind. But for me, when I'm older, I have no intention to be out there trying to get a gig that a 20-year-old is trying to get. That's not my intention. My intention is to be somewhere else, giving something back to the people who are upcoming and, trying to give where I can. But there are for me, I have multiple streams of income as well. And it's important, man. But the thing that gets me inspired, as well as music, I have to know something about financial literacy. That gets me inspired to try new things, to try this, to try that, maybe some things I haven't thought about. A book I'm reading right now is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That's a great book. That's somewhere great to start. And so it gets you out of this musician mentality and just thinking gig, to start thinking about building wealth and that kind of thing. And I believe that's very important, going back to what you were saying, with your family and your family being able to count on you and your kids being able to depend on you. You having something in place that they know they can trust at the end of the day, because they see you're building yourself continuously. And I can tell by the quotes that you put up on IG all the time, you're doing something to empower yourself. Meaning, I don't know if you're watching motivational videos or what you got going on that kind of gives you that inspiration.
Bro, honestly, it's living life, man.
Okay.
You live enough life, you experience enough things. Some of them quotes mine, some of them ain't. Get credit what credit's due.
Yeah.
But I look at in the grand scheme of it all, I've been placed in this position, to inspire. Absolutely. And I feel like we're all that's ultimately that's the goal. Mm-hmm. The ultimate goal is to inspire one another to be better and to be greater in every aspect of life, be it, financially, physically, spiritually, be it in our craft. We're always growing, we're always learning. No matter where you are, you should always be open to grow.
Absolutely.
No matter how long you've been doing it, who you play with, it does not matter. Growth, being open to that, that says a lot about your character and integrity. And I think I posted something today, which whenever this airs, about integrity, and doing the things and having courage to do certain things that aren't necessarily comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that comes with, doing those gigs sometimes, which we've all been there. Everybody in this room been there. You do those gigs at a prison. You do those gigs at that little church. They got a snare drum and a bottom hi-hat. And you like, okay, this is what we're rocking with. All right, cool.
This is what we doing?
This is what we doing? All right, well, we going to do this. Let's do it. Ching-ka, and that's all you got. But guess what? You never know who's going to be sitting down there.
You never know.
That looking at you and see you, man, you rocking it with just that? Wow, I only got this. And you doing this with that. That means I can do it, and I can be better, and I can be greater. That's one that you have touched, you've inspired.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you take those situations. I know we have a good time laughing at those types of situations when it comes to, churches and equipment or any gigs, any place that we go. It is funny. Hey, laughter is good. God put laughter here on earth for us. He made us look like we look. We look funny. Some of us look funny and we get to laugh at each other. We do funny stuff. I think that's God's sense of humor, making us look different. So there's things that, we laugh about, but, always keep in mind that that's somebody's reality.
Yeah.
And that's what they're living.
Yeah.
And if you, who are someone that they look up to in any regard, are able to come into that, humble yourself, I mean, you can change hundreds of lives just by reaching that one, and that just trickles down, because they're going to always remember that moment. And
you never know who that one will affect. Imagine being Barack's, President Obama's school teacher in the 3rd grade.
Mm-hmm.
You just try to tell her, hey man, you need to stop doing that. You need to stop showing out in class, this kind of thing, not knowing that you're planting something in this person who's going to lead the free world.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so there's millions and millions of people. It only takes affecting that one person.
Yeah.
And if you can seriously affect that one person, you can literally change the whole world. You can literally change the whole world. So yeah, man, you brought some good points. And so to sum up what you're saying, basically, don't be afraid to be different.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid to be different. I've, coming from the musical side of it, that's over here, whatever, as you'll see, my approach is just different. I consider my playing style sort of like, like you have a little dog that's bred from different, breeds. It's like a mutt. It really is. Because, I got inspirations coming from the straight metal side to straight gospel to, you name it, it's all over the place. You know what I mean? And I credit, cats like yourself, D. Free, Bond, that I've played with over the years, so that helped me to develop that, and then branching out and doing all these other gigs with so many other different people, of different persuasions, and different cultural backgrounds, to just really open up my thought on what I interpret the music when I hear it. You know what I mean? So if I hear it a certain way, and I'm listening to everybody else that's playing it, and I look at it as my job, yes, to lock that pocket, but also going to complement what other musicians are doing. Being a musician instead of just being a drummer and just beating on the drums. Yeah. And coming up with the coolest lick and stuff like that. Got to make sure it's tasteful and it's complementing the music and what the other players are doing. So with that, playing with so many different players, I feel like I have to be, almost every lamb is complimenting him, you, this, whatever, and that's going to create this totally different approach to it. Playing open hand technique instead of crossing all the time. Playing double pedals. I mean, people knocked me so bad for a long time for bringing out double pedals playing at a church. I said, okay, so that's considered wrong, or that's considered, against the rules, or I'm cheating, and that's not what everybody else doing. I said, okay, cool. Well, that's what I'm gonna do, because I don't want to be like everybody else. Yeah. So when you hear me, and when you hear those drums, and you hear that, you hear all that stuff going on at a church, oh, that must be wood. I know that. I know who that is. So I'm setting myself apart from everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not saying I'm setting myself. I want to be better than everybody. I'm gonna be the best version of myself, and that's what you should always strive to be. The best version of yourself. Create your own unique sound, your own, unique style.
Absolutely.
So that's that, and there you go, and you got your peaches too. Listen.
Yes, sir. Well, there it is, guys. I know y'all have got some helpful tips from this dude here. Check it out. I'm gonna put all of his social media following stuff. You can go follow this dude. I'm telling you, just get ready. This dude crazy. He crazy. No, but for real good dude, great friend, man. I'm really thankful that you came on here, shared your nuggets, man, and actually was real with people. That's a better way of saying that. I appreciate you for being real.
Absolutely.
That's the part I'm
That's all I know how to do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I know me and you, we get together, we act the fool, but at the end of the day, this is my bro. We can share some heart to hearts.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Just completely be real. And I ain't got time to be living my life being fake, trying to be somebody I'm not, and really please anybody else.
Absolutely.
My two minions, the only ones I need to really please.
Yeah.
They the ones that I guess I received the ultimate judgment from. Of course God. But that's what it's all about me. So I'm gonna be open, be real, and we gonna act a fool. Which I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, we did. We kept it good on this video.
Yeah, we could give a good spirit card. We good.
I think it's really good. This is my last. I'm gonna close, but I think it's really good to have those people in your life that you can be yourself around. Like the complete people accept the complete. Like I say, everybody don't see the crazy side of me, but this dude here, we can't call each other on the phone and we clowning like right out of the gate. Man, what's going on? And we start clowning immediately.
Could be the worst situation.
It can be the worst situation, but the thing is, he don't never know what I got going on the phone. I don't know what he has going on the other end. So your call might be the thing he needed, or vice versa. It might be the thing I needed to lift me up that day. Because I'm not going to always tell you, like, man, I'm feeling down today. Yeah. But I call you, already know you finna clown immediately. Yeah. So you need them people that you can kind of not be serious with all the time. It's like, dude, we ain't being serious over here. We just clowning. Yeah. And then if it needs to come to a moment, yo, bro, I need to rap with you. And we can go there, we can talk, we can be serious, that kind of thing. I think it's important to have those people in your life that you respect, and mutually they respect you as well, because you can build something great there. And that chemistry, we've been talking about chemistry from the last episode, but that chemistry is important because it comes across, if it's a musician friend, it comes across in your playing that chemistry is there. You can do less talking and more playing because that chemistry is there, and it's going to come through the music every single time. So check it out, guys. This is the end of this episode. I appreciate you watching, for tuning in, for staying with us throughout season 3. Let us know what you think. Comment below. And again, be sure to follow my friend Wood, and be sure to follow my dude Jarris that was playing it earlier. You seen his IG on all the rest of them at J Harge Music on Instagram. So be sure to follow him as well. And guys, we will catch you on the next episode. We is out of here. I said we is. We out of here.
Yes, sir.